Okay, YMM coming out again, but this time with a Clerk. This team come against Clerk, let's see. It's pretty darn good, is what I would say. They all should be able to contain Clerk for 3 ciphers, but if they make one single mistake, then it's really just GG well play, game over for them. Cause if you don't finish 3 ciphers by the time that Clerk actually downs someone, then you're kind of screwed. But decided to chase after Barmaid first right here. I mean, Blink is almost ready, so that's great and all for Clerk. For Clerk's post-totem side, it does seem like we have broad trump card attention alongside with impulsive and claustrophobia. Now then, from Truth side, he's basically looking around right now. YMM wants to bait as much as possible, so then, you know, he can basically loop the Barmaid. But Barmaid here, probably just waiting for the Blink as well, honestly. Blink ready currently in 10 seconds, wants to record onto the Barmaid for that Window Vault. Window Vault, aside that has not been used, but at least the speed boost has been coming out right now. One more time, records the Window Vault, and of course gets it back immediately right here, as we do see here as well. Gets another vault from the Barmaid right there. If Barmaid gets a hit right here, then I think it's fine. Because for a YMM, what really matters the most is for him to hit the Barmaid down. Yeah. Whoa, wait, that didn't hit the Barmaid down? No. Oh, was that on reverse? No, that wasn't on reverse. I refuse to believe that was on reverse. But Barmaid didn't even use a single doubling just yet, so I highly doubt that we're gonna see a form of oh, we got a hit. Oh wait, he didn't hide behind the pallet properly. He didn't hide behind the pallet properly. There's nothing I'm gonna say about that. But for True right here, he's gonna be forced to use not Blink. He's gonna be forced to use the speed doubling immediately, considering the fact that Clerk does have, she does have Blink. So we're gonna get a hit on Patient right here, and Patient has to rotate away, deciding to get the attack recovery fall right there, allowing True to use doubling again. Question mark? I don't know how to feel about that, I won't lie to you. But YMM right here getting the hit. Wait a second, it's 1 win and 1 lose to WBG and YMM. Wasn't it 2 ties? Did YMM get a 3-man elimination? No, YMM got a tie, right? I'm so confused with this right now. But anyways, back to the game we go. Arvin currently being the next decoder. YMM still hasn't gotten anyone on chair just yet, so that isn't great and all for them. HY survivors are doing really well, really well. Even though Patient is currently at half health, but at least we do know that Clerk doesn't have Blink. But Clerk does move faster than any average hunter, so he should be able to get a normal hit right there. But the flywheel coming out, oh wow. Oh wow, this hurts so much. Gets a charge attack hit there on the Patient. There's only 2 cipher machines left. We also do see that Bike's got a elbow pad. The elbow pad most likely will be used for Patient for rebound kite potentially later on in towards the game. But let's just see right now. Do they want to rescue or do they want to sell? If they sell, it's not going to be too bad. But if they rescue, I don't think... Well, I mean, it's better if they rescue. It's very similar to Hermit. If you sell, you don't have that extra 20-second decoding time. Even if they do lock one of you, you might as well get it out. It'll be better for First Officer here to get a no damage rescue than compared to body blocking, just so that First Officer can come into rescue again without getting a double down here. But it seems like Bikes wants to allow Arvin to rebound kite, but then rebound kiting really doesn't matter at the end of the day if you're in, like, okay, Arvin got his elbow pad, so that's fine. At least First Officer can still come into rescue now. Yeah, that's just still my problem here as well. Because like First Officer can definitely come in for the second rescue and allowing the other 2 survivors to remain decoding non-stop. But if but if Bikes, the First Officer, wants to body block, then it simply just means that there's going to be a double down situation. And Clerk will just keep recording the ciphers. So for the First Officer right there, thankfully the Patient got hit and it wasn't actually the First Officer that body blocked, or else it definitely would have been really bad. We also do see here as well, Patient does have an elbow pass, so the moment that Bikes uses the stopwatch is the moment that he rescues, and basically Patient can elbow pad towards the double pallet area. We do see that the last cipher is currently at 73%, and Acrobat wants to come in for the... Ooh, it's pretty darn tight. It's pretty darn tight, but Patient should be able to get up. Bike should start body blocking here. Even if it's only for 5 seconds, it's better than nothing. And of course, there's a blink coming out here as well. Records on towards that. We do have a blink coming up, and sadly, it does seem like Acrobat was a little bit late tighter than we expected. For YMM right here, it does seem like he'll be able to get a tie at least, which is a good sign for him. Then we're wanting to record on towards the... does he want to pop the cipher or... Okay, it doesn't seem like he wants to pop the cipher just yet. Wants to maximize the usage of inspect just so his scroll's cooldown cannot be interrupted. But it's an 82% cipher right here, so for YMM it's going to be a little bit hard for him to get teleport out. Did he bring teleport? I don't think he brought teleport. I think it was... No, he did. He had trump card. Sorry. But it's 86% right now. They don't want the cipher to be locked, but if they're gonna stall this much time, it's not worth it, honestly. After this inspect, the cipher should be primed is what I'm gonna say. But of course, recording on towards the barmaid right there probably wants to get a Terroshock, considering that YMM does play for oh wow, okay, either I speak too much. Because YMM plays a lot for Terroshock, not yet Terroshock, Clerk Terroshock, Dreamwish Terroshock, all of his Hunter pool are basically sure attack animation characters. Oh my lord, I don't know what to say. We can just get a normal hit right here, and whoever goes to rescue, I'm gonna come for you, yes. And of course the first officer may have a stopwatch, but that does not matter. The moment that first officer uses a stopwatch right here is the moment the acrobat goes down. And who can come into rescue now? Because the barmaid will get will get inspected non-stop, which is the thing right here. Most likely will be putting down and then immediately looking for the barmaid. Barmaid will be recording on towards the barmaid. Barmaid cannot decode it anymore, and of course it's a 12-second record time, and YMM has 2 more scrolls on his hands. There's nothing that this first officer can do. First officer has nothing on his hands. Still looking at where the barmaid is right now. Most likely look, there's 2 scrolls on him now. Just chase after the first officer during this time, and if he does know when the scroll will end, therefore the moment that we hit the first officer down right here, it will become a 4-man elimination. It'll be very important here for YMM to pick this guy up, but also popping here really doesn't do much. I don't think popping, popping or not, it's still the same results at the end of the day. It does seem like YMM wants to put down bikes for the 4-man elimination right here. It's probably better for the 4-man elimination because we don't want to go into a tie run for round 3 second half if HY's Hunter come out with a 3-man elimination against WBG Survivor. Now then, getting a pallet record right there, we do see that Clerk has Blink ready as well. Oh my lord, it's really always just YMM's Terroshock. My lord. But here as we can see as well, the first officer is gonna get up soon, which is great and all, but I don't think Clerk will be using any... is this still a 3-man end game? I see this is still a 3-man end game. Jumping down here immediately, we do know that barmaid has a speed boost when it comes to windows and all. Records onto that, most likely will be blinking in. No, decides not to blink in. You know what? That's fair. Decides not to blink in, but barmaid vaulting over that immediately. Then first officer will just be recorded non-stop. We do see that Invalid is also coming in as well, and Clerk has so much scrolls on her hands. Clerk just needs to go in and look for first officer. Knows where the footprint is, running towards the school gate dungeon right now. We also do see that Bice is currently opening a chest. Should have enough time to open that chest as well. Records on towards the... Probably should have 2 records is what I'm gonna say. 2 normal hit records is what I'm gonna say. Just so that like you can pressure the first officer as much as possible with those scrolls hits so that he can't move properly. But of course first officer getting needle right here is great enough, but it's not enough. It's not enough, sadly. The tension's over in 23 seconds, but this is a half health first officer, so it doesn't matter at the end of the day if that's the case. And of course getting a scroll hit down right there, very nicely done by WBG YMM. Let's move on to our second half of game 3. Okay, moving on to game 3, second half. Sorry for the first half, I got a little bit confused until then. I just remembered, oh yeah, WBG Survivor's got a 3-man escape in second half, meanwhile HY Survivor only got a tie. Sorry, I was a bit confused for some odd reason, even though I know I shouldn't have been. But anyways, moving on towards the game, we do see that Musk is going to bring Trump Card and Insolence for this one, with Max Confined. I mean, that's a lot of pressure on Muskin if that's the case, cause it's not gonna end well if you don't manage to get someone down fast enough, especially with this type of team comp as well, where you have the acrobat and the patient. It basically counters Gala really darn hard. But of course Musk doing a really good job here with the mind game as well. Not putting down the pallet right there from MK side was very nicely done because the statues were coming out. Dodging the statues right here for the second time as well, but of course getting the chip immediately right there. Musk statue isn't too bad, but 1 isn't enough. You need more than 1. You need 2 chips like a bonbon. You need 2 chips like a Bonbon. But I guess the biggest difference between a Bonbon and a Gala is Gala needs a 16-second regeneration for 1 set of statues. Meanwhile for Bonbon, I think it's 6 seconds per 1 bomb, so it's like 12 seconds for like 1 chain bomb, like 1 chain bomb, like 2 bombs. Yeah, 1 chain bomb. But yeah, I mean MK is already doing a really good job. Because like Sculptor cannot use a blink out at all, and it's already 90 seconds into the game. Getting the push back there, that's very nicely done by Musk, but it's already 3 ciphers done, so survivors here can just decide to sell and wait for endgame. Because we still do have the Embalmer here, right? And what basically Embalmer can do is Embalmer can just go find a cipher, meanwhile Iron stays in middle and YOLO. That's genuinely about it. That's genuinely about it. We can allow Embalmer to decode here, but if Musk decides to change target, it's not going to be that great for him because of the fact that this Acrobat can contain really darn hard if you do allow him to get rescued. And of course, tram coming in here immediately, we do need to make sure that we look around when we're crossing the road. So please be mindful of that at times. Well, all the time, not at times, every time. Being able to finish the cipher in the middle right there, there's 3 ciphers and 1 full cipher remaining, along with another 60% decoding progress missing from the 4th cipher. Yeah, they're basically just gonna sell here, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's pretty darn hard for Musk's Musk's Palu has been banned. Because if there was a Palu in this map, then he definitely could have aimed for a 4-man elimination. But since this is not a Palu, that was a very nice double chip right there. Wanting to get the double down, but that's not going to happen, especially against a mercenary. And of course, MK is currently quite darn far away. Has 1 white ball on, has 1 snowball on his hands. Should be able to jump out here immediately and then slow the Sculptor from vaulting over that window. If the blink comes out here, it's very beneficial for the Gala. But it seems like we got stuck there a little bit. And of course, we need to be very mindful here of how MK gets a pallet stone right there, thankfully. Because if MK didn't get the pallet stone right here, then it'll be an immediately chair towards S pallet where the cipher was. But at least he was able to gain like 15 more seconds of time for survivors to decode there. I mean, worst comes to worst, it can just open an extra cipher. But it does seem like the other 2 are nearby right now, so I guess Long can stay here to contain, and Iron just needs to leave because Iron has to stay at full health to come into rescue. It's kind of necessary, and of course Long can just self-rescue. Even though not the team magic. What am I saying? Oh, Irish, being Irish. Even though the coffin is near S pallet, I guess we're gonna change targets here. Changing targets here, it's not gonna do much. I guess this is just the biggest problem with playing Gala overall. Because like, you need to consider the fact that you can play Gala if it's game 1, but if it's game 2, game 3 where you need a 4-man elimination, Gala's not the best character to use, especially when you can sell against a Gala. Maybe a Hermit will work, maybe a Palu will work, maybe a Clerk will work for a 4-man elimination, but in our current day meta after the many nerfs of Glatia, there is really no... You rarely see a 4-man elimination coming from Gala. You see more 4-man eliminations coming from Bomber, just because even though if they sell against a Bomber, Bomber has 6 chain bombs. And chain bombs are easier to land than statues, which is the biggest problem. But here as we can see as well, Iron will be self-rescued right there by the... But it does seem like we're gonna run towards Sculptor's face right now, which is a little bit of an oof moment. Iron doesn't have any elbow pads remaining, and it does seem like Long will be chipped down here perhaps, but one of them has to leave. It seems like Iron wants to leave instead. If Long decides to stay here, then it's not going to be too bad. Decides to immediately pop during the window vault animation right there, which isn't too bad. For the survivors right here, Long is near dungeon. They only need a 1-man escape. We do see the patient already used the hooks as well to reach towards the graveyard gate to start decoding. One of them definitely will be able to get out. Sadly, even though there is a teleport here, there's one at graveyard gate and there's another one at mansion gate, so at the end of the day it doesn't really matter. We do also see that the dungeon is nearby as well, so there's a huge chance for this to become a 3-man escape. 50% decoding progress on the exit gate right now. Decides to chill back to look for if someone's decoding the gate or not. We can just chill here because he has 1 hook, and 1 hook immediately towards the gate is all what he needs. For Musk right here, he's a bit lost because he knows that it's a loss for them, but let's congratulate WBG for winning against HY, and of course the 3-man escape. Moving on to round 2 of today.